Namaste. This video is about the 15-step process. This is a basic process for accessing the Akashic records. The Hall of Records is another process which is taught in the past life regression and life between life sessions. And that is a longer session. Normally, people who do Akashic records reading professionally have to meditate 2 to 6 hours a day before giving a reading, because it is a professional work. So you have to be accurate in your readings. If it does not help you, that means you have not healed your past lives. You have to heal your past lives, and you have to apply the guidance given for the 15-step process for Akashic records or any healing to work. If you just reject the guidance saying that I don't believe in it, then the guidance cannot work, because this is all subconscious work. And if you put a file in your computer and the first thing is it has virus, delete it, then you never get to know what is in the file. So you have to say it is virus free and let the subconscious mind absorb the learning, and only then it starts working. So spirituality, you have to get guidance from the light or from your heart. The light can be above your head, the light can be inside your heart. Either ways you will get guidance. If you have died in a death where you are not aware that you have died, then in a past life, then you will get guidance from the heart. You have to count downwards and then get the answers. If you have completed your death, or you are aware that you have left your body, you have to count downwards and then count upwards 1 to 15 and get the guidance from the spirit guides. The guidance will help you be more positive in the present life. That is how you have to use it. You cannot say that just because you don't believe the visions, or this is something you were already thinking, and that the guidance is useless because you were already thinking of it. No, that is not the way to think. What you were thinking was probably 1 or 2 words from that guidance, but the guidance, you have not applied it. That is why the same words have come in the guidance. Second is that there will be some words in the guidance which you have not thought of ever, and they suddenly come, and though they might be similar to your internal frequency, but again you have not applied the guidance. That is why it is coming, like something like patience or perseverance or trust. So you have not applied how to trust people or how to not trust people, and that is why it's coming again and again. So the guidance which comes will be something which you have not learned in your life. It is a soul lesson. So most of us are living on earth like in a school or a college. It is an educational system of teaching energy frequencies through living a life. Like if you want to experience positivity, how does it actually look? You are given sense organs and chakras which make you feel this is positive and this is negative. The distinction between positivity and negativity, it has nothing to do per se with success, except that success is required for survival. If you don't have money, if your parents don't have money, you will require success for survival. If your parents have money, you can go into full-time meditation also, and you might feel successful. And marriage is not an answer to success ever, because in the marriage you are equal partners and both of you have to work. So success is a job or a profession, something which you do for your own existence, for your own survival. It is not that you get married and bring up another person's child, or you have your own career, you have his career or you have her career, and you are supporting the other person. You can support the other person very much, but then you have a partnership where equally they are paid financially. So it is not that another person is always giving you a salary or money. You have to work for your own money. That is the law of 2025. We are entering into the new age, and every spiritual guide is saying, work on the money. Don't work on marriage and that someone else will provide for you. And if you want money, you earn it, and or you get it through inheritance, and you can spread vibrational positivity with meditation. So that depends on you. But if you want to be positive, you have to go into spirituality. There is no other way. There is no way out of meditation. You have to do meditation to be positive. You can do 10 minutes of mindfulness, as everyone says. You can do it at 5 a.m. in the morning, as people say. That gives you a lot of success, but it does not give you a lot of happiness. Happiness does not require a lot of money. It requires peace of mind, and it requires a connection between soul, mind, and body. If you want to be happy, you don't have to be a crorepati. You can just earn in thousands, you can earn in lakhs, and I've seen people very happy even if they're earning 50, 60,000, because they don't have expenses. They are so peaceful within themselves. I have seen people very happy earning a few lakhs after sessions, and I have seen people unhappy after earning crores because they are too stressed at their work and they have no spare time for themselves. So, money comes also at the cost of stress and health. And 90% of people do not want to give up their comfort zone or health for earning money. No, you want money to be comfortable. You don't want to give up money, give up comforts, and then earn money. Of course, you have to give up some level of comfort. When you go to schools, you are trained to get up in the morning and study and then get marks. But that has caused a lot of depression in the present society, where you have to focus on positive to get positive. If you start your day with focusing on the negative, you cannot expect to get positive later. So you have to train your mind to think positive, make choices to think positive, and then you do positive. Some people like to get up early and they're positive that way. Some people are they can't sleep well at night and then they have to get up late, and they are positive that way. So you have to accept your cycle and then you work according to that cycle. You need to work around 8 hours a day, whether you are working on meditation, whether you are working on an office, whether you are doing a job. 6 to 8 hours or 4 to 8 hours a day are required. If it is 4 hours, it is very, very intensive. If it is 8 hours, it is less tiring. But you have to invest money on getting the work. You have to invest money on getting promotions so that you do the learning courses required for promotions. You have to invest money on spirituality so that you get the mindset required so that you can feel positive all the time. Over time, the schools have to change their education system so that children learn to be grateful and positive from class 1, because your mindset is it's almost set by the age of 7, and you have to be positive by the age of 7. If you are living in a house where there are a lot of fights between parents and you take the stress of parents, then you are sad in your infancy, in your childhood, and then you are sad even in adulthood, and you don't know why you are sad, but it is because you are taking tensions from your parents. In fact, I had a client who had depression, and a lot of his depression was coming because the parents were fighting all the time. Of course, he came for past life session and he did his past lives, and his mother also did her past lives, and then they stopped fighting and they developed a very loving relationship, and his depression was gone. One, by parents, they stopped fighting, and second, because he chose a different profession. He had started with engineering and then he went into medical, and he was much happier helping people than through medicine than with machines. So that was his sole purpose. He had taken a wrong turn, but he went into the right path. Depression normally would require that you pursue your heart passion, and past life sessions usually show you what you need to pursue. Where are you happy through your jobs in past lives or in future regressions, in Akashic records. So Akashic records is usually about getting answers and future regressions, but the answers will not be satisfying unless you do your past life sessions and you do the healing, and then you have to apply the healing to get the destiny that is shown by the Akashic records. If you don't apply the soul lessons, you don't get the destiny. So those exercises which are shown in past life sessions have to be followed just to break your energy circuits regularly in the mind, like it's a negative energy circuit. So you have to cut across it by small thoughts, half a second of positivity, 1 second of positivity. So you are not continuously negative, you are turning into positive, and over time your core has to become positive. So when you do a session past life, it is 3 hours where you are not thinking negative, you are focused on the instructions. And when you are not thinking negative, you are breaking neurological circuits and you are creating positivity for your being. You are creating a vision of positivity. After the vision, you do the action and then you do the outcome. And you check, you have to visualize the outcome and you see back, is the action leading to that outcome? And at the outcome, if you are feeling stressed, if you are feeling unhappy, if you are feeling unhealthy, then you have to move backwards to your intention. What was your intention of earning money? What was the intention of doing the job? And then you have to see the consequence again. Are you still feeling unhappy? And then change the action. Change the action or change the intention. Earn less, be healthy. So it is positivity which is going to make your life happy or unhappy, not the money itself. Money is required for your contribution to earth. Like this is your number of contribution, this is the number of people you help. So crore patis have to help 5 crore people, 10 crore people, because that is their karmic debt. They have been soldiers or generals in past lives, and they have to give back life to people. Everyone has not been a soldier. You can work for less and also pay back. You can work for free, you can teach people for free, and then also you pay back. So wherever you are happy, if you have to work for money, then you have to help them repay their karma. That is when you will help them pay you, and through paying you they will get the guidance necessary deep enough to repay your karma. So normally in past life sessions, the money which you have to give has to match your financial status. Like if you're doing international travels a lot, you have to give as much money, you have to volunteer to give the money, so that you realize that the core is being touched. If you just give the surface level money, then your core is not touched and you don't take it seriously. You can just discard the guidance. So ideally, people will slowly realize this, that the depth of healing or the depth of religious ceremonies, it depends on the money invested. Big people, big businessmen invest crores in religious ceremonies because they get back crores. So that is the depth of healing. You move to a 4D dimension or a 5D dimension, where the depth depends on the money invested in God, positivity, on the recharge. And when you do very light sessions like 1000 sessions, rupees 2000 sessions, psychological healing sessions, then the guidance hits you on the surface and you may or may not follow it. So if spending 50,000 is equal to spending 5,000 for you, the guidance will just hit you on the surface and you will discard it as it's useless. So you have to spend according to what you need to solve a problem. If it is a deep problem, you have to volunteer. Okay, I want to give this much and I want this problem solved, as you volunteer in temples. Then the healing affects. Otherwise, it is not the healer's fault if the person just discards the healing, because it is not costly enough, because it is not valuable enough. That is something which you have to look into yourself. The healer can only suggest a price given on average prices, like what is a mobile phone or what is a cost of a vacation, something which helps you relax from deep. And that is average pricing. But what is the cost of problem solving for you is your decision, and you have to pay that much for the problem to be solved. It works with the healers also. We also have to pay that much. And healers normally, up till now, businesses and healers, they are like surviving like a rocking business. They are losing more money than earning. 90%, I think, it's surviving on loans and losing money. And because we as healers, you have to pay back a lot of karma. Whatever you take, you have to pay it back to the universe, and so that it multiplies. So the concept of healing is that you keep investing money on crystals, on healing products, on courses, and so that you get more and more power to heal. Now the 15 steps process which I'm telling you, this will work more if you spend money after the process on buying something which makes someone happy. You don't buy after healing. You buy or you pay the healer in a way that the healer thanks you, or you buy something from a shop. Whatever you want, you can buy. You can buy a dress, you can buy anything, but avoid metals, avoid jewelry, avoid phones, because they will not really help you in the healing. But of course they help you a lot in scientific development or status development. But in creating happiness, you have to buy something like clothes which are made from silkworms, clothes which have life. Clothes are like skins. So you can buy clothes, they are like a skin coming, a new birth coming in your body. Or you can eat food which is again life force. You can buy things like crystals which give you a lot of life force. You can do massages which help a lot in healing. Full body massages, they help you a lot in healing after the session. You can do gardening, invest on gardening, music, arts, creativity, anything. If you invest after a healing process, if you're doing it on yourself, you will realize that the healing process helps a lot more once there has been a release. And if you do a healing process and do not invest money on anything creative, then you will realize that the healing process is not really helping you, it is just stuck here. So for it to really help and impact your nucleus, you have to spend money on something which gives life force or creativity, and it actually works. So this is a science that creativity and money are connected. When you have inventions, when you are making aeroplanes, when you are making telephones, you're first inventing on the mind of the scientist, and he is inventing because you're giving him resources to think. Now you're giving him a salary to think, and then the inventions happen. So you have to give yourself a salary to think also, and then you will realize that your thoughts become much more powerful. You have to do breathing exercises at the same time. Breathing exercises helps oxygen go to the brain. And you should do naturopathy exercises like keeping feet in water or walking in grass, something which connects you to water every day other than bathing. It helps. You should connect to mud. You can have mud packs, you can play with mud. You should connect to nature every day. You can sit and relax on a tree and surrender your worries to a tree. That is shamanism. It helps you get in touch with nature and receive energy from nature, and that really helps in being peaceful. So you have to spend some time in a day to be peaceful without doing anything. Just being. Just being. Overdoing all the time is very important for ascension, soul ascension from two-dimensional reality to five-dimensional reality, where happiness becomes the priority over success. So if you have money, you can do a lot of work free. But even then, spend some time on just being, on mindfulness, and do it with a smile, so that you are releasing positive hormones in your body when you are just being. But if you do not do it with a smile, you will automatically release tensions or worries or negative hormones in the body. Because reality, Maya, or creation, is controlled on earth by gravity, and the natural instinct of the mind is to fall into gravity, into negativity. So you have to raise the mind to positivity by deliberate focus on smiling at least 1 minute in the morning and at night, and then the soul force will come into you. Otherwise, your past life experiences or your childhood experience will keep repeating negativity in your life unless you take the necessary steps to heal yourself by developing intuition, inner power, self-love. So the process which I'm saying now is developed by Dr. Joseph Costa. He is the founder of the Institute of Thought in San Diego, California. He was born in 1924. So this process was taught in the Past Life Regression Congress, which was held in India in 2006. And I'm explaining this process because I get a lot of calls on Akashic Records, and Akashic Records is the Hall of Records, and which is a higher process than this process. But this is the basic process. If you practice this process, your answers from Akashic Records are going to be better. And every day also you can ask guidance from heavenly gods and light. The more guidance you ask, the more connected you are to God. So you can ask your higher self or your guides question daily and stay connected, because positivity will come from sunlight and from gods. Just running after success and materialism and leaving your comfort zone is only going to increase your stress in life. You can leave your comfort zone only in ways which increase your positivity in the long run. And if you see, 90% of consciousness is negative now, with schools forcing children to compromise on their needs. If you want to convert the world into positivity, you have to teach your children to be happy. Even if they get up late, it's fine. That is their cycle. After college, they can get up late. They can do work which starts late. And you have to provide for your children money if they are not earning, so that they are vibrationally happy. And if you have the money and they don't have the money, you provide for your children so that they are vibrationally happy. And they spread positivity in your life, in their life, in their own life and in the lives of others. So basically, their positivity will increase your positivity. It is not necessary to train them to work like a slave. What is important is that they understand that they have to be positive even if they spend less. If you can provide them money, they can do meditation, they can help you in your jobs, whatever. There are several children, who like to help their parents when they're adults and they don't want to do full-time jobs. And you have to allow it. That happens, and that reduces their depression, and that makes them happier. That they can spend time with parents, which they could never do in their schooling years. That actually heals depression for several children. So while they do some work on their own, like they can do some work which they like, which doesn't take so many hours, but more than that, positivity is important. So the 15-step process is basically a 5-step process. I have made 4 more videos on it, and this video is I explained the concept. So the 15-step process is you focus on your third eye for 1 minute. After that, you have to focus, move down 15 to 0 inside your body, like in the alpha meditation. 15 to 0, you move down. Feel light in your stomach. This light that you feel is the light connected to God, to higher ends. And it is not dark, it is light. You actually have to feel peaceful when you see this light. And it is like the sunlight, and the sunlight has to spread and touch every cell of your body, your feet, your mind, and you just feel peaceful in the imagination. When you're imagining this, focus on feeling peaceful. And if you can't focus on feeling peaceful, at least focus on detachment from negativity, that you're not thinking except that the light is spreading. So you have to be in a 0 or a plus state. Then you have to focus on thanking Mother Earth for all the nature's gifts, because thanking really helps in creating positivity in your future life. From there, you focus on your third eye again. Feel the light in your heart, that you're spreading rays out from your heart. You're receiving rays from behind and you're spreading it out from your heart. Then that means you're receiving help from God and you're helping others. Then you go up into your crown chakra, feel it lighted up. Go up 1 to 15. Imagine climbing up a staircase and ask your answers in the clouds. Get the first answers which are coming to your mind. You can keep asking answers till you get a positive answer. The first words coming to your mind each time you ask a question. Interpret it later. Just get the answers. You can ask for symbols. You can ask for answers. You can ask for soul lessons. Whatever first comes to your mind. Receive the answer, or you can receive a ball of light or a plain paper as the answer. Come back 15 to 0. Then go back from your head to the stomach as a beam of light. Feel the light spreading all over your body. And then from there, again, you have to thank Mother Earth, God and angels. Then you can open eyes. Then you look at your answer. You can write it down. You can think about it. And then you will get guidance on what to do next. It's like a torchlight, the next answer you will get. For a deeper healing session, you will need 2 to 3 hours. In a past life session or Akashic record session is at least 1 hour. So for deeper healing, you need a professional who's meditating. Basically, it's not just about learning techniques. It is about meditating every day to get accurate answers. 2 to 3 hours at least. A healer has to meditate to get very good answers, or if not meditate, remaining in silence, not being negative. That is also just being, not doing. That also works. So the healer has to remain positive for at least 2 to 3 hours to help you. That is the basic idea. And if you are very involved in your basic life and your work is stressed, then you should go to a healer and do the healing done. But you have to pay the healer at least 5,000 per hour or 10,000 per hour. Because if you do pay 1,000 or 2,000 per hour or 500 per hour, the answers can be misleading. Because you have to pay at least as much you would pay for a mobile phone or, going on a vacation, because this is deep healing. If you're going to a healer, you're asking healing for life. So it has to remain in your mind as you've spent on a vacation. It has to remain. If you just discard it, you pay less, or you are very rich and you pay less according to your status, then you will simply discard it. You will forget it, and then you will say the healing did not work. That is not the case. You have to spend so much that you will remember it all your life, that is when it really works. And the healers are always giving more than receiving. So uh, healers have to take the money, and usually it just gets spent out. It is difficult to survive on just healing. It's not been done yet. People have pensions or inheritance or family money, and that is how healers survive. Even if they charge very high, healers survive by help from others. And so healers always have to do something for mass consciousness and do a lot of free work, even if it's not visible. They have to do a lot of free work mentally, releasing spirits, or uh, you know helping people silently through words and through phone calls. And so that all that happens. So you don't have to worry, why am I paying the healer? You are paying the healer to help the healer spread positivity in the world. Maybe the healer will do some more free healings because you have paid. So such silly questions should not be asked. Only very young people ask such questions. Older people who have gone through life, they understand that it's a lot of effort for the healer also, and the more work you have done on yourself will help in your healing. And if you are just beginning your healing cycle, your spiritual cycle, then you take the guidance given in your healing sessions and apply it daily. That will help more than simply be pursuing a materialistic path. Well, if you get into healing and spirituality, you can prevent diseases. You can have a easier death than hospital death. You can have an easier death, and that is important for your next life to be easier. Wherever you are, you will connect more to God if you have an easier death than a very difficult death. Um, so try to develop intuition through the 15-step process. It is the first process. I have given a blog also on this. You can read it and start doing it. Thank you.